Hello and welcome. Today I'm bringing you another Force Master speedrun of Brightstone Ruins. On the first mobs I jump, otherwise those spearmen will hit me and that will take a few seconds longer to reach the boss. I open up on the boss with Inferno and then I will spam 2 until Dual Dragons is up. Then I will use 4 and Dual Dragons the mobs, and then I will use Impact, that is the one key, to set them on fire. And then I will meteor them. And I try to keep the boss inside the meteor to deal as much damage to him as possible. Then I will keep kiting. Now, I want to keep away from the destroyer mob because he can knock me down or whatever the hell he does. Then I will just keep running. The boss does CC once in a while, which is really annoying. You really wish you could avoid it. I don't really like using Q&E because, as you will see in a clip at the end of the video, sometimes the boss is incredibly fickle and he will do really weird things, like standing on this platform. Once I was attacking the boss decided that he is going to reset, and there's nothing I could do if he does that. That ruins the entire run. Anyways, now that he's done, now I'm running again. I will try to jump. Sadly the guard captain was a bit further away, so this was a bit riskier. Unlucky for me, these weren't quite as far away as possible, and because of the clipping of the, I don't know, I clipped essentially air. I aggroed these 3. Usually I don't aggro them. Okay, sometimes I do, but not every time. If they are a bit further away, you can jump over them without aggroing them, and that saves even more few seconds. Now I'm changing skills, putting Blazing Beam on. Impact is going into Force Blast and Shadow Grasp into Phantom Grip, because none of those are good. I keep the freezing ability because I need it when I am disengaging the assassins that spawn on this boss. I tried to hit Dual Dragons on both of the gunners, but sadly I messed up. I also use Inferno and Meteor combo on one of the mobs. I used Healing Divine Well because that one just heals me. As you could see, I was down to like 50% HP. Without using a potion, I am almost full HP now. Really, I don't need any of the stuff. If I just use a health potion, it's no problem, but I mean, why bother? I just DPS the boss down. The first assassin I grab with Force Grip, and then I put him unconscious with 3. And then I just keep DPSing the boss, and I will try to move around so the second assassin doesn't knock me down, but the boss is going down in a moment. Then I will wake up the assassin I put to sleep, because sometimes I finish it faster than he wakes up, so I need to do that, because I need to freeze both of them and then run away with double S and X and E, I mean Q and E. This means that I will get out of combat even though they are chasing me. Not every time, but a lot of the times. This will save a few seconds again. This usually enables me to skip these, but sadly they were positioned in a way that either I would be clipped by the last one or the first one. And because I had skilled a bit wrong, I don't have Q&E available, which is annoying, so I have to go back and use my tab. And use that as a substitute for my SS. So I grab one of the guards. I will put him next to the other one. I will Infernal one and try to set the other one on fire, but with C. And then I meteor them to deal massive damage. You have my back towards the door, then SS, once they are dead. I'm gonna remove the point in SS because that's actually a mistake. I should not have put that one in. But this was the best run I've had, so sadly, it shows that mistake. I usually have C available here, so I usually try to start out with that one, but this time I didn't, so I just spammed everything I had. Now this boss will jump like 3 or 4 times. I think it's 3 actually. You can see the enraged debuff. Once that, he will jump until that one wears off essentially. As long as you keep moving in more or less one direction, you won't get hit. Now I get nearer to the Azure Lord. Don't get too close, otherwise he will knock you back. I will open up with Fire C, then Meteor immediately. Then I will DPS him until he jumps, then I will SS back. And then I will keep DPSing. I will also use my Dual Dragons, and he will reach 75% before my last burn wears off. I mean, before the burn from C wears off. I usually kill the Soulstone Core, but it doesn't really matter, they don't deal significant amounts of damage. On this Emerald Lord I open up with Inferno, and then I will just DPS. I will need to refresh the burn buff once, but that's okay. And then I will have it done. Now he's gonna jump again, I will finish that one Soulstone Core. I usually take out the second one, but it again doesn't matter because they don't deal significant amounts of damage to me. Note that I will keep one of the Soulstone Cores alive though, because when the Soulstone Cores attack and you have Ice Orbs, you actually regenerate focus. So that's a nice thing. I open up again with Fire Seed and Meteor, then wait until he jumps, then I will assess, and then I will use my other DPS stuff, and he is down before the burn buff wears off. And now it's the Emerald Lord. When he reaches 30% this time, the Azure Lord will jump in, but the Ice Orb will despawn. So I use Inferno to start off. This will do a nice burn. Use Dual Dragons as early as possible, so that maybe it'll be up again. Then spam and use Dragon Blades if possible, so that Meteor is up as early as possible. Now the Azure Lord is jumping, so I E over the Emerald Lord. He will jump again, usually. Now I will try to get them both burning usually, at least one of them, and then Meteor, but this time it didn't go so well. That's okay though, because the Emerald Lord is down. Now I just DPS down the Azure Lord. I will keep the Meteor that will be off cooldown in a few seconds for the boss or the monster that spawns at the very end, so that he gets burned and I save like one attack usually. Okay, and this took 6 minutes and 56 seconds for a Brightstone run, from essentially start to finish. I have a True Pirate weapon and True Siren accessories. My gems are Brilliant Hexagonal Amethyst, Critical Ruby, 25 attack power Diamond, and attack power Peridot. I have almost the best in slot soul shields, except for number 6. I need the Labyrinth one there, and I could get more HP on the number 1. Rest are very close, so my stats are really high. Well, now in terms of skills, I actually use different types of skills in Brightstone than I use on the normal burn build, because I want to have some other abilities. So I will take the burn build that I showed in the other video and go change it to where I would take it into Brightstone. Okay, the first thing is that you will want to change stuff into AoE abilities for the first boss. So, I will have a link to this first boss build, and then I will show what I use on the second one. You want 1 point in backstep, and you want impact instead of force blast, because this is AoE. Then you will also want to have 3 points in dragon char. So for this we have to drop heat wave, and I usually also drop windstorm because those aren't useful. So I will put 3 points in Dragon Char, the first one. Then I will put 4 points in Dragon Whirl, because you want the freezing one to be AoE. It's more important than the stun. Okay, now the next one you want is 2 points in Shadow Grasp. You want this Shadow Grasp, not the last one, because this one is bigger area, but the thing is that this one pulses once and pulls them together. This one keeps pulling them together, essentially holding them still for a moment. Okay, now I want 1 point in SS. 1 point, sorry, not 2. I've already made that mistake. And then I also want 2 points in the middle tree of Ice Tab, because this will enable me to have essentially a second SS, so to say. So I need to get 1 point from somewhere. Usually what I do is take 2 points in Snowball and drop Frost Tornado and use the points. So this is what I use on the first boss, usually, because this gives me a lot of AoE abilities and enables me to get all the stuff down really quickly. There will be a link to this and the link to the next one. So once I kill the first boss, I run to the second boss, as you saw. Then I change abilities. I swap Shadow Grasp for Phantom Grip so that I can sleep one of the assassins, I will change Dragon Whirl to Blazing Beam. I don't really need the last one, but I mean, if I'm gonna have 3 points in it anyway, I might as well, because I don't want to spend a lot of time switching abilities. So this enables me to DPS the boss down faster, and I switch Impact for Force Blast, because Force Blast casts faster, at least from my experience. And everything else stays the same, more or less. I mean, it literally stays the same. And this is the 2 builds I use. I will have a link to both of them. So this is the clip I mentioned before. I engaged the boss. This was, I think, from before the Nario patch, so the strategy I use is a bit different. For instance, I don't use the Shadow Grasp on 4 and stuff like that, but all in all it's mostly the same. Quite a bit slower though, and I have worse gear, so makes sense. Anyways, I engage the boss as normal. I DPS the ads and the boss at the same time to, you know, do it faster. I get CC'd once in a while, as usual. I don't know how I'm supposed to be able to keep up with all the monsters attacking at the same time. But anyways, boss is down to 35% HP, 30% almost. The Force Master spawns. Okay, boss is at 20%, and he decides to just walk into the middle of the room and reset. Notice that he attacked me right now, right? And now he reset again, and now he engaged me again. What the hell? And this is why I don't like spamming Q and E, because the boss seems to randomly sometimes reset when I do that. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe, and thanks for watching.